turn your camera down. Yes. So Faris, you want to stand?
Yeah.
Alright, so last group for today, okay? I have Adib, I have Reese, I have Is, I have Mo, and I have Owen, okay? So your topic is addressing workplace bullying, root causes and solution. You have 20 minutes. Moderator, you want to sing, you want to send, and it's to you. Ready? Okay, you may start now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And in today's discussion, we will be addressing an issue that some of you may or may not have experienced. As a former employee that has worked in a company, I for one have experienced this issue and can agree that this is it's not something new and it's an ongoing tradition in modern day society. Our panelist carries a different perspective or point of view that will help us to further understand this issue by identifying the cause or the roots, as well as the solutions to resolve this issue. Now today we have 4 single good-looking panelists today. From my right we have Kahu, Faiz, Adib, and Likvon. As we all know that workplace bullying can elicit stress, depression, anxiety in an individual, especially at a workplace. So trying to impress your boss is one thing, but trying to do it under the pressure of bullying is another. Likvon, could you please give us your thoughts on the cause or roots of workplace bullying?
Thank you, moderator. In my opinion, I think one of the root causes that contribute to workplace bullying are the people who tend to work in an environment which accept aggressive behavior and tolerate a high degree of interpersonal conflict. Among the root causes emerges the tendency to underappreciate interpersonal conflicts among the colleagues and total rejection as insignificant problem, which they will correct by themselves over the time. The perception that was deeply entrenched into an organization's psyche, which makes the leaders unconcerned about these cases, hence negligent to address them with sufficient seriousness they deserve. It is, however, the failure to acknowledge that uncontrolled conflicts pose such a threat that facilitates in an environment which aggression remains tolerable, thereby reigning in free, allowing to thrive and also accentuate within the working group. So therefore, develop a culture which recognizes the influence of the interpersonal relation and seek to address the conflict which becomes necessary in order to minimize the bullying behavior in the workplace. That's all.
Thank you, Likvon. I do agree that interpersonal conflict does play a big role in workplace bullying, as it creates a negative environment. It causes, as I mentioned, aggressive behavior, as well as a negative flow of work. Now, I would like to direct this question to Faiz. Do you think that hierarchy is one of the main causes of workplace bullying?
Alright, thank you, moderator. I think the hierarchy itself maybe is the main factor in the workplace bullying. What I can say is because hierarchy itself is the meaning is the difference between power, like CEO and managers and senior and junior. Yeah, that's the meaning. The difference power in hierarchy. So this can lead to the opportunity itself to bullying. I give you an example, like a story from the famous TikToker person like Dr. Wan She. As you know, Dr. Muhammad Hazwan, yeah, he's telling us that he's been ongoing houseman hospital Penang, that he got a depression from the seniors, and because I don't know, but the houseman itself being like running in that culture even in this day. Do you know houseman is what? Like Osman is what I can find is like a trainee doctor, an assistant to the senior doctor in taking care of patient. Alright. So moving on to the part that due to the silent co-worker, I mean, yeah, you know, among the workplace, if someone being silent, like an introvert person in a workplace, they tend to get bullied more. Why I say this because when they isolated from the other groups, I mean the people, the point of view from them, they see us like a weak person, and this will lead to them tend to bully more, and that's why this this trend of work bullying in workplace never going to the ends. I think that's a problem.
Thank you, Faiz. As we can all agree, lack of communication or being silent when in need can portray a very weak personality, which makes us a bigger target for our bosses or seniority to have to bully us. Now, of course, where there is a problem, it always comes with a solution. And could you please elaborate more on your solution, Kabu?
Thank you, moderator. Okay, first and foremost, to resolve the issue, the employers should implement and promote a culture of accountability, transparency, and ethical leadership. In this case, employers should encourage an open communication channels and ensure that all leaders are held accountable for their behavior. Besides, the employers can also foster open and transparent communication for all levels of employees, but not only the same level of employees. In this case, the employers can implement a regular feedback mechanism, host more hall meetings, and encourage active listening. This will eventually ensure that the employees will feel more comfortable when expressing their concerns without the fear of getting revenge. Last but not least, the employers should also redefine the hierarchical structure. In this case, the employers can consider adopting a flatter organizational structure, but that provide collaboration and shared decision making. This will eventually improve and create a culture where everyone's input is valued, regardless what is the level of the employees in the hierarchy. In short, this will eventually enhance and improve the self-esteem of the employees and prevent the workplace bullying from happening, and hence create a safe and healthy workplace for all the employees. That's all from me.
As you mentioned, the hierarchy structure in the organization needs to be redefined, which is very true because certain people with, like, for say, CEOs or managers or bosses think they have a different status, which means they can just boss around anyone they want, which is definitely wrong because we value each other as one person. So enable to get a better cooperation within the company means we need to work together and re-establish ourselves as one. Now, I would like to hear your thoughts on a solution to resolve this issue, Adi.
Thank you, moderator. When witnessing the act of bullying, it is important to report them promptly to the employer. In cases where the conflict is between employer and employee, the investigation should be handed off to a higher superior such as manager, and the report's recipient should take it seriously and find the underlying details immediately. And in cases where the offender has created a big mess and caused many injuries, it is important to let them aware of the actions, and it is important for the victim. We should support the victim accordingly. And
thank you, Adi. We'll come back to you if we have more time at the end. I would like to I would like to come back to your statement where you said to speak out, to report these things, which is definitely a very good take on this solution, because opening up may just as well help us to connect with our coworkers or our bosses, and the consequences of our actions can help us in the near future at the company. Now on to our next segment. Thank you for everyone for sharing your thoughts. Now moving on to our next segment, I have a few opinion-based questions that I would like to ask. Of course, everyone has their own different opinion and is entitled to their own opinion. But I would like to ask our panelists today, starting from Kahu, how does workplace bullying affect the overall work productivity and work culture?
Thank you, moderator. First and foremost, workplace bullying will definitely lead to reduce of the productivity. In this case, employees who are victims of workplace bullying may face anxiety, depression, stress, and also some of the other mental issues. This will cause them to struggle to concentrate, to make decisions, and even to meet the deadlines the boss give them. This will also cause their innovation and creativity to reduce, and hence they cannot make their work to become perfect and complete it within the deadlines. Besides, this will also lead to the increase of absenteeism. In this case, to avoid the hostile environment, employees usually like to take sick leave or absent from the work to prevent from bullying from the employers or from the leaders, and hence this will impact the overall productivity and also the functionality of a team. Last but not least, most importantly, if the issue is persistent and continued but not settled or solved, this will lead to the increase of turnover, which means the employers who are being bullied tends to leave the organization without any permission or with instant. This will also cause the organization to lose the institutional knowledge, to also lose the recruitment cost, and will finally cause the team dynamic to disrupt. That's all from me.
Thank you, Kahu. Very well said. I would like to move on to my second question. How can an organization raise awareness and educate employees to recognize and reporting bullying? I would like to ask you, Likwan.
Thank you, moderator. I think organization can create awareness and educate employees about the recognizing and reporting bullying through targeted training program, workshop, or communicating campaigns. Besides, the organization should implement anti-bullying policies, providing an example about an unacceptable bullying behavior, also fostering an open and supportive organization culture in order to encourage more employees to identify and report the bullying incidents promptly. Lastly, the organization should also promote confidential reporting mechanism and ensure swift and fair resolution to the reported cases in order to contribute more safer and healthier work environment.
Thank you, Livon. What are your thoughts on that, please?
Yeah, I agree with the Livon's thoughts about that, and I want to add something that the organization is that should giving the feedback from the employees, like once a month. So this can the spot where the employee itself have a problem or not. So from that moment, we know that if we do have an employee that have a problem with mental health or not. So for the next part is the organization should provide a counseling. Yeah. So the employee that have mental problems should seek help from the counselor, so they can do a proper jobs, so they can affect their work performance. And then this proactive approach not just tackle the bullying, but can create an environment, a good in the future. I think that's it for me.
Thank you, Faiz. As you mentioned, I want to clear up, as you mentioned, counseling. It's a very mature thing to do, as many people may not see the need of it, but it actually does help a grown-up, because as we grow up, we don't have many people to talk to or about our feelings or discuss about what things matter in life. So that's why we do need help. We should seek out in terms of whether it's a problem. In this case, if we're getting bullied at work. To summarize this kind of discussion, we can conclude that the causes of workplace bullying are lack of communication and interpersonal conflict. And to resolve these issues, we can redefine the organizational structure, as well as speak out when we need to. In my opinion, workplace bullying should not be implemented in today's office in modern day society, and it should be avoided at all costs, as it can attract severe mental health issues to an individual due to the stress and the pressure under work. And that is all from us. Thank you.
All right.